Welcome to Our Ocala. I'm Sandra Friend, a local author and travel writer who grew up here in Ocala, Florida. Together with my cartoonist husband, Rob Smith Jr., we'll explore what's interesting around our home to show you Our Ocala. Today we take a visit to the annual Fort King Festival. Now here's the actual site of Fort King. It is designated as a national monument, but there's a big sign that says no trespassing. In 1827, Fort King was the center of activity in what would become the city of Ocala. Major military trails crossed here, providing access to Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. The Seminoles came here to trade at the trading post. Fort King was pivotal in the beginning of the Second Seminole War. While the site of Fort King is a National Historic Site, it's not yet open to the public. Instead, the festival is held further up Fort King Avenue at another historic site. Hidden under the oaks behind Ocala's McPherson Government Complex is East Hall, home to the privately funded Marion County Historic Museum. In 1917, this brick building was home to the Industrial School for Girls, a special school for delinquent young girls ages 9 to 17. In 1995, the building was added to the National Register of Historic Places and opened as the county's History Museum. The exhibits are well worth the $2 donation. The rooms are filled with dioramas, historic photos, and artifacts you won't see anywhere else. The last weekend of September, the museum hosts the Fort King Festival, an annual fundraiser and living history event. Taking advantage of the sunny day, I visited the festival in the afternoon as the crowds were thinning.
I told you, I want to go in your bucket. I want you to cut your finger.
You need to protect it from the fire at all burn up, so you take a soup can or something like that, and you take a soup can, have the top cut off, put in some little squares of cotton, like from a t-shirt or something, and you put them in that can, cover it with foil, punch a little hole in the foil so that the pressure doesn't build up, and then what you do is you throw that in a campfire for about 5 minutes. When you pull it out, don't touch it right away, let it cool off. Once it's cooled off, you take that foil off, you've got all these pieces of charcoal. And what that allows you to do is they catch the sparks. If the spark just going off, it'll land on the ground and go out and stuff like that. But the charcoal will actually catch it and keep it going.
So does the chevron design have any special significance?
Started doing the chevron because that used the left and the right, so I had to use both sides of the brain.
Load the weapon would actually take that cartridge paper tube, you tear open the tube, tear the end off, spit it out, you put a small amount of the gunpowder into this area, into the pan here, and shut that down. You then take and pour the rest of the gunpowder down the end of the barrel, and then you actually stick inside, in case it's inside that paper tube, would actually be the projectile or projectiles, depending on what type of round it was. You ram it to the bottom of the bore with the ramrod, and then the weapon was ready to be fired. What's that?
One time.
Yep.
All
Right.
that work for one time.
This
Like my clip.
the front lock ignition, you'll actually see that to make it go off, it's actually a sharp piece of flint here. It actually has to scrape off a little bit of the metal here, which actually come off as hot embers. Hopefully they fall down into the flash pan, ignite the priming powder. You get a little bit of a flash out here, with and then a slight delay before it hopefully communicates through the vent to ignite our main powder charge, which would send the projectiles downrange. This you would actually fire this being 69 caliber, they would actually shoot if they were just shooting a ball, it would be roughly closer to probably about 67 caliber, slightly sub-caliber in there. And that basically just made into a shotgun. The ball with the three buckshot.
Yeah, but it won't really fall. Yeah. How about that?
Stop by and find out more about Our Ocala.